Hello and welcome to another episode of Football Talk Podcast. My name is Ozzie and I'm your host for today's show. Match week 31 has been quite interesting to say the least this weekend. Some very interesting results in the top half of the table. You have Aston Villa beating Newcastle 3-0, Chelsea losing to Brighton 2-1, Tottenham losing to Bournemouth 3-2, and earlier today Manchester United beat Nottingham Forest 2-0. So does that mean Liverpool could be back in the top four race? No, it doesn't. That ship has sailed, in my opinion. But it just goes to show how unpredictable the league has been this season. Rather than worrying about other teams around us, I think Liverpool need to focus on themselves and make sure we can string some consecutive wins. And it starts at Elland Road. So, speaking of Leeds United, they're currently 16th with 31 points. But they are facing Liverpool after a big defeat last week in the hands of Crystal Palace, who won 5-1. Leeds, on the other hand, have won their last two games, or they have won two games out of their last 5 games. So they have been getting improved performances and some crucial points on the board. So it might be still on the cards for them. They're still pretty much in a relegation battle, to be fair. But at this stage of the season, positions don't really influence the outcome of the game, in my opinion. It's crunch time for a lot of teams, whether you're trying to survive in the Premier League or you're trying to qualify for European football. There's battles happening everywhere. So let's talk about team news. But before we do, if you haven't already, please don't forget to like and comment and subscribe to the channel. Appreciate the support as always. Now, team news. Leeds United, Max Webber may return for Leeds to reinforce their defence. This was confirmed by the manager in the press conference. Tyler Adams may be in the squad after his hamstring injury, but he might be making the bench, in my opinion. It's got a couple of comments here from Ravi. Ravi says, big up. And he also said, if Robert plays over Costas and Hendo, Fab, and Jones play midfield, I will turn the game off. Who knows at this stage, to be fair. It remains to be seen what the team could be. Remains to be seen in terms of what formation we'll play, because we played a slightly different formation against Arsenal. Was that a one-off? Will we revert back to 4-3-3? Who knows? We can look into that in more detail now. So, with regards to Liverpool's team news, I think the press conference was overshadowed by transfer news this weekend with regards to news that Liverpool are no longer, or reportedly no longer, interested in Jude Bellingham and have called their interest. A lot of mixed reactions from Liverpool fans on social media, as you can imagine. We've been linked with numerous midfielders since that announcement, including the likes of Ryan Gravenberch, Mason Mount, and McAllister. But we'll speak about this in more detail, as I will be doing another transfer-related show, hopefully this week. So stay tuned for that. But let's talk about this game. Back to this fixture. So for Liverpool, Klopp has confirmed that Thiago is in contention to start, which for me is great news. Luis Diaz has been training for the last couple of weeks. I don't think he'll start personally, but he might be on the bench, which will be great news. I think he'll definitely lift the crowd if he is there. Some concerning news regarding Konate and Alisson, who didn't train, but I do expect them to be available, as Klopp didn't say that they're not available. He hasn't ruled them out. So maybe just a precaution in terms of maybe they've had small knocks here and there. But I think they should be involved and should be starting in this game. So without further ado, we can do our predicted lineup. So I'll do two forms of lineups. I'll do the predicted lineup that I think Klopp will go with, and I'll go with my vision in terms of how I would like to see the team played. So a lot of people I've seen over social media, including content creators, saying that we might go to a similar formation that we played against Arsenal, which was pretty much like a 3-2-2-3 formation, as you can see on the screen. I would love to see that formation tried again to see how it works. But I feel like that was a one-off, and I think that was just to match Arsenal's setup, and it's more of a tactical approach. I think we'll revert back to 4-3-3. So, I don't think that's what fans want to see. I feel like it's the formation that works for Klopp. Do we have the runners in midfield for this to work? Possibly not, but this is what I think Klopp will go for. So, in terms of the lineup, it will be Alisson, obviously, in goal. I don't see him being injured, so if not, it will be Kelleher, but I believe Alisson will be starting. I think the back four, Klopp will go for Robertson. There you go. And Trent will be playing back to his right back position, but maybe giving more freedom to go forward and try and influence the game a bit more. And I think it will be Virgil van Dijk at the back. No injuries regarding the defense. And Konate should be back in the fold as well. That's the back four, strongest back four that Liverpool have. The midfield three. This is an interesting one. I would like to see Thiago back. I think he may start, so we'll go for Thiago. Left side of midfield. I think he'll bring back Fabinho into the lineup as well. And on the right side, could go for Elliott, or he could go for Henderson. I think he might go for Elliott, so let's put Elliott on the right side. And the front three, it's not the front three that I would want, but I think he will play Nunes again on the left to exploit, I think, Ailing on the right-hand side of Leeds United's defense. Then you've got Gakpo. I think Jota has been pretty average in the last couple of starts that he's made, so I think Gakpo will get a start. And then you've got Salah there. So that's my predicted lineup. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. If that's the formation that you think Klopp will go with. Let's go a couple more comments from Ravi here. Ravi says, I'm not believing anything until the club confirmed these signings. Probably the right approach, to be fair. You're getting all sorts of speculation on a daily basis. Today, we've been reported that we're getting 200 million to spend. Apparently, Klopp is getting more power in terms of his final say on transfers. At this minute, who knows? And you've also said we know it will be the same team and same formation versus Arsenal. I actually don't think so, because there's been times where Klopp has altered the formation against the likes of Man City, and then he's gone back to his 4-3-3. So if he does, it'll be interesting. But I do feel like Klopp is very much firm on his tactics, and I think this will be deployed. But I might be wrong. Let's see how it goes tomorrow. Now, my team. So let's stick with 4-3-3. Let's not get too crazy with different formations now. I think this is the time to try different personnel or different tactics altogether, even in a 4-3-3. So this might be a bit out there, but this is what I would do. So I'll just eliminate the players that I don't think will play. So these players that you can see on screen will stay in the lineup. I would prefer to see Gakpo on the left, which is his natural position, and Nunes attack from the central area. Obviously, they can interchange, but I feel like Nunes is more effective centrally. And I actually played Joe Gomez for this one on the right-hand side. Now, this will be a surprising one for everyone. I would like to see Trent Alexander-Arnold play as a traditional box-to-box midfielder, i.e. a number 8. For me, that is his long-term position. I've accepted that in my head. I don't know if that is what Klopp believes and what Pep Linders believe in, but I feel like he's very much suited to that role now. And maybe with the last 9 games left, 7, 8 games left, we could make that sort of a testing field right now where we can try different tactics, try Trent Alexander in midfield, see how he does. We all know he started his young career as a centre midfielder for Liverpool, so it's not going to be a shock for him in terms of how to play that role. I think it's probably just a bit rusty in just trying to get used to that formation. But I feel like he's so effective in that central area. Against Arsenal, playing as an inverted fullback, he was so effective on the ball. Even the goal that he set up where he nutmegged the fullback and then cut across in, that's from being in the final third. So I think this role will suit him perfectly. I hope Klopp does play him in that traditional number 8 role rather than an inverted fullback role. Because I feel like if he plays an inverted fullback role, that right-sided midfielder, whether that's Henderson or Elliott, they have to cover his ground and it alters their game. Whereas if you play Trent Alexander-Arnold as a number 8, everyone else can play their natural position. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I feel like it's definitely worth testing and see how it goes. Just got another comment here from Ravi. We will lose 1-0 tomorrow. We ain't starting quick with Klopp's bozo tactics. Yes, I get it. We don't have much squad depth, but what Klopp predicts is so meaty. Yeah, I get what you're saying. A lot of fans do have that perception as well. I think at this stage of the season, it's only right that we try different tactics, different formations. Maybe it will help find the right players in the summer. You know, it's all good and well saying we need this midfielder, that midfielder, but it has to be the right personnel. It needs to be players that are adaptable to different tactics, different formations, rather than just having a specialist player for one position. That's not how Klopp plays. So at this stage, try different tactics, try different players in different positions. Who knows? It might work, but it remains to be seen. So this is the lineup I'd go for. Let me know what you guys think. Now, in terms of the game, if I was to make a prediction, Ravi has said Liverpool lose 1-0. I'm going to be a little bit more positive. I think Liverpool might just nick the win. I think it'll be a close win. Our away form isn't great, don't get me wrong. But I think with that momentum from last week, we might just get past the line. So I'm predicting a 2-1 result to Liverpool. I think for Leeds, it'll be Bamford who will score their goal. And I can see Salah and Gakpo on the score sheet. So let me know what you guys think in terms of the predicted lineups. And let me know your score prediction as well. So that's a wrap up for today. So thank you to everyone for tuning in. Thank you to Ravi for your comments. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Just got another late comment here from Ravi. Summer window, FSG Klopp will use more excuses. Why we didn't get this and that player, so why are we killing ourselves? We'll get players. Look, I'm trying to stay positive. I get what you're saying because of FSG's track record. And to be fair, you have every right to feel that way. But I'm no strong believer to say that, oh, we'll get 200 million to spend or anything in that measure. But at this time, that's the only way to look at it. You have to have some leap of faith. I personally think it might be where we revert back to sell to buy. That's not what I want, but it might be a possibility. So you have to expect the worst. My expectations are very low as well. I'm not expecting Liverpool to have that 200 million or 250 million that a lot of media outlets are saying right now. So we just have to be patient. We don't know the clear picture. If there's any people on Twitter that are saying it, for me, they have no knowledge either. So it's a waiting game. We have to be patient. Let the season conclude. Let's see where we end up and take it from there. That's the best way of looking at it, in my opinion. Another comment here. I'm not looking for big PSG money to spend. Just when this comes to fix up. I don't think a lot of Liverpool fans are, to be fair. I think that's something that he made a comment on during the press conference where he said that it's not realistic to spend 100 million on 6 players, like per player. So that's 600 million. Obviously, I don't think many fans are expecting that. It's not really feasible to do that. But then he also said that it's like asking a 5-year-old what he wants for Christmas and they want a Ferrari. Like, it's not possible. I don't think Liverpool fans are asking for Ferraris. We just want the right players in the right positions. Our sort of trademark signings have been around that 50 million mark. There's so many midfielders out there that we can spend on. I've done previous content where I've listed 10 players per position. I can literally elaborate more if I had to. But I don't want to bore the viewers in terms of doing that sort of content all the time. But my point is there is a lot of options out there. So we have to be smart in terms of our recruitment this summer. It doesn't have to be big signings. It doesn't have to be a Jude Bellingham. It has to be signings that will make a difference to our team. And I would like it to be players that will make an impact straight away rather than signing project players, because for me, that won't help. I think we need 2 solid players to be in the lineup. And then, yeah, let's just see how it goes. A couple more comments from Ravi. We cannot be impatient and let Newcastle take 4th. Newcastle in a different ballgame. Obviously, I think they've recruited really well. They haven't gone for that big signings that a lot of people expected because of their new owners and the wealth that they have. But they've played a smart game. They've signed good players that fits their system. And that is what it's all about at the end of the day. And you also say that you don't believe we'll see top 4 for a long time. I'll reserve that judgment until the end of this coming summer. I need to see what the club are doing in terms of the transfers. At the minute, it's a bit bleak, but got to stay positive. That's all I can say. But that concludes our show for today. So thank you to everyone for tuning in. Thank you to Ravi again for your comments. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will be doing a match reaction tomorrow after the game at 11 p.m. UK time. So please make sure to tune in. As always, guys, take care, stay safe. I hope to see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.